Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on CBS 8 Plus. I'm Jenny Day in for Heather Myers. Here at CBS 8, we are working for you, getting to the bottom of stories that you've asked about. The IRS and FEMA issued a new tax deadline that has some people wondering when their taxes are due. So we are here to tell you that everyone in San Diego County and pretty much all of California is getting an extra 6 months. CBS 8's Ariana Cohen talked with a spokesperson from the IRS and a local certified financial planner to break it all down.
This rainy weather we've been having could be some good news for taxpayers. Now taxpayers have an extra 6 months until their deadline to file and pay. Due to recent winter storms in California, the IRS and Governor Gavin Newsom's office say the new deadline to file and pay your taxes is now October 16th for San Diego County and just about all of California, something that several tax professionals have rarely seen happen before.
In the 20 years of practice I've done taxes, I've never seen an automatic extension through October.
I talked with local certified financial planner Casey Broach and a local spokesperson for the IRS, Rafael Tolino. They say this not only applies to personal, state, and federal taxes, but also business tax returns. If you need to report any physical damages or losses from the recent storms, tax professionals say to first talk with your tax preparer, and you can then go to the IRS website and click under this disaster relief and emergency section for guidance.
Definitely get in with your professional because you'll be able to look at some of those losses on this return for 2022. Even if it occurred in 2023.
Those that live in San Diego County and do not have any storm damages or losses to report still have the October 16th deadline to file and pay their taxes. During these disaster periods, Broach also says to be prepared for any scams. Remember, the IRS will not call or email you.
Just be heightened in terms of what you may be opening or receiving in phone calls.
While this deadline extension provides relief for many, Broach says don't wait until the last minute to file your taxes.
Definitely wouldn't wait until October 16th. Just because we're granted time is if you're owed a refund, why should we wait on that? I would like to see the taxpayers get their money back.
For further information, we've posted helpful links of the deadline extension on CBS8.com. Working for you, I'm Ariana Cohen for CBS 8.
Ariana, thanks. And meantime, people in University Heights say that they are fed up with the city of San Diego's plan to build more housing. They are upset over the pending construction of an 8-story building. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe went to the heart of the neighborhood and talked to people who live there about their concerns.
This vacant lot behind me will soon be an 8-story building with nearly 50 units. It's going up on a street where the tallest building is just 3 stories high. Neighbors I spoke to say they're concerned for a variety of reasons.
I was shocked and appalled.
People we spoke to living near or along Cleveland Avenue in University Heights are outraged over a plan to build a large-scale apartment complex in a residential neighborhood.
It's kind of out of place for a neighborhood that has places that are no more than 3 stories high.
I just think it's really sad and unfortunate that the city seems to have a mind of its own on what it wants to do.
Developers are not in the business of building houses. They're in the business of making money.
What makes them even more upset, they tell me, is they claim the city never sought input from the community.
The entire thing is basically done without input.
It kind of came out of nowhere.
According to Uptown Planners Chair Matt Wallstrom, the city says as long as a project complies with the municipal code, it can be approved by city staff without a public hearing. Neighbors say it's unfair and are asking the city to consider the community's input.
That's extremely frustrating.
Mark Johnson with a local neighborhood paper and I tried to track down the developer of the project to find out what the building would look like, but had no luck. He shared these renderings with me of what the project could look like. According to the city's Development Services Department, the building would have 49 units as private housing. It would go over a 1-story garage and include another subterranean garage. But those who live in the area say the project presents safety and infrastructure concerns.
San Diego's having a difficult time with its infrastructure, as it is for the population that's already here. So the more people that come and the more building that goes up, the more we use sewage, the more we use water and electricity.
Scott Kovacic lives directly in front of where the new development is set to go up. As a lifelong San Diegan, he says he's seen the community change over the years. He fears that outside developers in the city are not taking into consideration what the new construction will do to the community.
When you see something that's 8 stories tall, it's a completely different animal altogether, I believe.
Bill Ellig, another long-term resident, says the project will destroy the look and feel of the community.
University Heights was created back in 1888, one of the original communities in San Diego. So there's a lot of infrastructure that's going to need replacing.
I reached out to Councilmember Stephen Whitburn about the community's concerns. In a statement, he says the city's top priority is ending homelessness, and we will only accomplish that if we create more homes that people can truly afford. But those I spoke to say the new building will be anything but affordable and are asking the city to be more transparent with any future projects that could drastically change communities. Neighbors for a Better San Diego, a group fighting against zoning laws, will host a virtual town hall next Monday for those concerned about the future of their communities. The group plans to get their initiative on the 2024 ballot. To find out more on how to join, visit our website, cbs8.com. Rocia de la Fe, working for you.
Now, the city did get back to us with more on how the approval process works for similar properties. For a look at their response, visit our website, cbs8.com. Well, a frustrating scene for a homeowner in San Carlos, and she says the city refuses to help her. Valerie McGee says that nearly every time it rains, water from the street rushes into her front yard. Recently, it flooded her garage and came dangerously close to getting inside of her home. CBS 8's Steve Price is also working for you, trying to get answers from the city about why it hasn't stepped in.
Every time it rains, water flowing down this drainage channel combines with water heading down Marjoram Avenue. And a lot of what you see here ends up in Valerie McGee's yard. She's complained about it to the city for decades, but says nothing ever gets done. And last night, things got really bad.
Oh my God, it's all the way up to my front door.
Valerie McGee couldn't believe what she was seeing, and it gets worse.
And look at this. Oh!
Her garage soaked, the water flowing so fast, it pushed away sandbags on the sidewalk and sent a river rushing toward her home.
It's just a mess. Everything has been destroyed in my garage.
Valerie has spent thousands of dollars trying to fix the problem on her own, installing a drain in her driveway, buying a pump, lining her home with sandbags, but nothing stops the flooding. She's also been calling the city for years, begging for help.
I've been trying to contact them, sending them emails, getting calls back. They direct me to one department, and then that department direct me to another department, and that department direct me to another department.
Adding to Valerie's frustration, there's a storm drain right here, but check this out. It doesn't actually catch any of the water that's heading toward her home.
This have to change. Like, I can't keep living like this.
Valerie showed us an email she got in February, the city acknowledging there's a problem, even saying, quote, should significant rains be forecasted in the area, our team will respond to the location and enact any necessary flood prevention measures.
4 inches.
Clearly, that didn't happen during this latest storm. Working for you, we reached out to the city looking for answers. They told us a statement would be coming, but hours later, nothing. We'll stay on top of this and continue to push the city to work on correcting the situation.
This is unacceptable. I can't take it no more.
In San Carlos, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Oh, what a mess, Steve. Thank you. Well, you know it. Sports betting is a lucrative industry, especially during March Madness. The American Gaming Association found that commercial sports betting revenue hit a record $7.5 billion last year. Sadly, gamblers aren't the only ones winning. Scammers are taking bets and pocketing the cash. CBS 8's Abby Black is also working for you to keep you from getting duped if you put down a wager.
March Madness is big business for sports betting. I found there's a lot of money to win and lose. The American Gaming Association reports Americans will bet $15.5 billion on the NCAA tournament. And if you lose, it may not be because your team fell off the bracket. You may have wagered a bet with a scammer.
It's a pretty aggressive market. I think fraudsters work harder at frauding than the actual real jobs.
David Pirtles with Chargeback 911, a company that specializes in transaction disputes and warns of phishing, fake ticket and gambling websites, and apps that offer risk-free deals, introductory bonuses, and discounts.
They'll actually create fake websites that look very legitimate. Apps are a little bit easier to create and maintain with a smaller team.
It's a long, fraudulent journey. If you've lost and unknowingly placed your bet with a scammer, they'll wait to see if you place another bet. Same goes for if you win.
Then when you win, that's even more of an opportunity for them to take advantage of you, to try to collect that additional information, to validate your bank account, things like that, and then get more money from you.
I spoke to the Pacific Southwest Better Business Bureau on how to spot these scams so you don't lose big.
Read all of the fine print.
Research the sportsbook before signing up. Check reviews and the Better Business Bureau site for complaints.
If we do have complaints, you just want to make sure you read through those complaints to make sure that the business is responding in an adequate manner.
Also, the sportsbook's licensing and regulation information should be clearly stated on their website. It should also offer secure banking options. And the BBB says avoid clicking on pop-up ads.
I would be wary of those. Anything that pops up on the side of your browser, your website, just go ahead and close it out.
When in doubt, place your bets on being cautious so you don't get conned out of losing more money than a busted bracket.
When there's an opportunity for revenue acceptance, there's also an opportunity for fraud.
Working for you, I'm Abby Black, CBS 8.
And remember, we want to work for you too. If there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next time. I'm Jenny Day for CBS 8.